Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Paranautical Activity. First and foremost, we're going to play as... Let's play as Dynamite. I want to play as Dynamite right now. But anyway, first and foremost, sorry for not posting a video in like 3 or 4 months. But basically, I don't really have an excuse. I didn't do it for a while because of finals, and then finals ended and I was relaxing, and then I kind of forgot that I did this. And then my friend brought it up and he was like, hey, why'd you stop making videos? It's like, I don't know. I don't have an answer. So yeah, let's do it again. Let's get back into this. But basically, this is a good segue. Basically, since the last time I recorded Paranautical Activity, it's not been the last time I played. I've actually been playing it a lot in my free time because I have a lot of fun with this game, and it's a good way to get me to like a quick feeling of accomplishment. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it or even the right terminology, but basically when I play this game and I do well, I feel great. It feels great to do well in this game. I actually might die to this boss right here. This is a new boss from a new update that's come out since the last time I've recorded this game. He's like the battle snail guy, and his item he drops, it gives you free armor, but it also slows you down. And Dynamite is already like slow as balls, so I don't really want to pick it up. Sorry, I guess, but hopefully we find one of the new power-ups, which is a pair of dice that lets you reroll items. So hopefully find that, reroll that item, get something else out of it. If not, we'll just leave the floor without picking up an item from that boss. No big deal. Dynamite already starts out with a shit ton of base damage because he shoots bombs. He also, I never understood why Dynamite started out with more bombs than normal. Like, he essentially just has unlimited bombs already, so why give him even more? But I guess it's because sometimes you don't want to shoot, because the grenade launcher has... Oh shit, I thought that guy was dead. He's still not dead. The grenade launcher shoots at like a trajectory that's pretty consistent, and I guess the other bombs are if you don't want to shoot at that trajectory. I don't know, man. So we have Kiss of Death, Sea Legs, and Gum. Sea Legs would be perfect. I am gonna buy Gum since we're Demo Man and we shoot bombs, and Gum synergizes really well with the grenade launcher. Basically, we're just gonna try to get every grenade launcher synergy in this game. Yeah, and in order to do that, we're gonna need either a lot of money or a lot of luck in drops. I don't know if this is true at all. I could just be spewing nonsense right now, but it seems like every time I play Demo Man, the bomb synergies drop more often from bosses. So I don't know if that's programmed into the game or if it's confirmation bias on my part, but that just seems to be the case whenever I play Demo Man. So yeah, we'll see if that holds true in this run. But shit, I should not be taking damage to the jellyfish. The jellyfish, it should be like one of the easiest bosses on like a paper. On paper, it should be one of the easiest bosses in my mind, anyway. But whenever I fight him, I always end up taking like a shit ton of damage just because I can't wrap I can't wrap my head around him, man. I guess I can't wrap my hand around him anyway either. He's a jellyfish. Oh man, my commentary is shit right now, but you know, give me a break. It's been like 3 or 4 months. I mean, I was never good to begin with, but I definitely feel less comfortable right now. I want to say it's not that I feel uncomfortable, but it's just that I don't have any confidence in my commentary right now. So I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just gonna be a disappointment to everyone, including myself. But in any case, it's not like many people watch my channel anyway. But if my videos, I don't know how to phrase the sentence, but if my videos bring joy to one other person, then it's worth my time. It's worth my time, because they make me happy. I have fun with them. So that's 2 people I'm making happy by making this video. And that's great. That's more than 1. And I'm okay with that. But if they don't, then fuck me, I guess. I gotta try harder. What else was in our shop? It was Sea Legs, and then something else that I don't even remotely remember, so it probably wasn't that big of a deal. Did we beat our main boss already? What did he drop? Oh yeah, no, it was the snail guy. Man, I am miles away right now. I need to buckle down, pay attention, and go to the next floor, apparently. This was kind of a bust. Like I said, I'm not gonna take that because I don't want to run even slower. Especially, like, we can't bank on getting a speed upgrade before we get to the monkey floor, and or even the flaming skulls floor will be really bad for us if we take that speed downgrade as well. So I feel like this is a long-term investment, not picking up that item. Runner is really good for us since we're slow as molasses right now. I don't know when I'll pop it. I usually just have like too good to use syndrome when I have power-ups, and I never end up popping them, but we'll see. I do want to buy angel wings. That would be great. I'd also like to fight the Icarus boss to get, or the eyeball boss, I guess. I don't know if his name is officially Icarus, but that's what I've been calling him since he drops Icarus wings. But I'd like to fight him so I could get, you know, maybe both wings on this floor and get the ability to fly. That'd be super helpful. Did a normal enemy just drop the blast shield for me? Is that supposed to happen? That's an item. That should be like a boss drop or in the shop. That makes it so I don't take damage from bombs. But see, this is what I was talking about. Whenever I play as Demo Man, the bomb items drop all the time, even from normal enemies. That doesn't seem like it should happen, but man, am I glad that it did. So we'll keep fighting. This is one of the new enemies that I just blew up right there. It's like a turtle that shoots cannons or rockets from its back cannons. It's basically Blastoise that flies in the air, and I think they're guaranteed to drop 1 armor per time you kill them. So I'm really glad to be fighting them, because that's going to beef up our armor pool and make it so we are less likely to die. But now that we have Blast Shield, I feel good. I basically can't hurt myself anymore. The only way I can take damage is from enemies. So that's going to save us a lot of hardship and a lot of, you know, me being angry at myself in the future. There's still going to be moments like that where I'm angry at myself, or I just run into a goddamn enemy, but I can't literally blow myself up. I have to, there has to be a middleman to do the damage to me. And fuck, man, all this damage right now. I'm glad I didn't take that speed downgrade, because I'm pretty sure this guy would just like be fucking my ass if I did. But with sticky bombs, this should be a pretty easy fight. I say that having taken 4 damage on it already. Ooh. I don't know if his yellow bullets are like special in any way, but they seem like they travel faster, or maybe they do more damage. I don't know. All I know is I don't want to get hit by one. And that should be the end. What did he drop? Is that beans? That's beans. So, you know, I guess that synergizes pretty well with our speed being so slow. So I can't run away from enemies faster, so they'll just take a whole bunch of damage while they're next to me. That seems pretty good to me. I hate those sharks, man. They just sneak up on you and then they bite you over and over again. They're almost like the monkeys. They're not as bad as the monkeys, though, since they can only be on the ground floor and they're like half the speed. But I guess they get you ready for the monkeys, you know? It's not like you get to the monkey floor and all of a sudden, oh shit, there's melee ranged enemies that do a shit ton of damage and chase you all around. You're kind of used to it since you've been doing with sharks the whole time. But we should be getting another armor from that guy. And taking care of these ninjas pretty quickly after they do damage to us, of course. And we get an Ankh. That's way better. It's way better than the shoes. That's so good. The Ankh, what the Ankh does, if you are unfamiliar, is it makes us invincible for like 15 seconds or something. So basically, hard boss fight, hard room, pop the Ankh, take no damage. It's great. It's a great item. I always play pretty safe, because my main character in this game, the one I play the most often, is Gordon, who starts out with 3 HP. And so whenever I play as someone else, ooh, the dice. We'll talk about that. The dice is what I was talking about on the last floor. It lets you reroll an item. But I really wish I left the item from the beans. No, the beans are good enough. We'll see what this boss drops, and then I'll decide whether or not to reroll the shop or this guy. Alright, so he's gonna drop the floating bombs, which is another bomb synergy, and this is what I'm talking about. I haven't fought this guy in a few runs, I believe, but as soon as I play Demo Man, bam, fight him. Fight him every goddamn time as Demo Man. And I say that like it's a bad thing, but it's not. It just, what it does is it like removes the physics from our bombs, so they just fly in a straight line instead of falling to the ground, which is good. You're not gonna complain. I'd much rather have poison bombs or cherry bomb, but you know, floating bombs, that's fine enough. That's good enough. Fine enough, I don't think is an English saying, so I'm glad I corrected myself on that one. Floating bombs, good. And I don't think I'm gonna have enough money to buy the angel wings. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the last room, I'm gonna kill the enemies in the last room, and I'm going to see if I have enough money for the angel wings, and if I don't, I'm going to re-roll that shop. Maybe I shouldn't re-roll the shop. Maybe I should just save my money save the reroll for the next floor. Ah, but then I'll lose the Onk. I think reroll's more important. Yeah, reroll's probably more important. Where was the reroll drop, though? I do need to go back and pick that up. I don't remember. Okay, that's... We'll find it. We'll find it. I'm not going to leave the floor without reroll. But I am going to go check the shop, make sure there's not a different item besides the Angel Wings that I want to pick up right now. And then we'll talk about going to the next floor. There's Anchor and there's Shotgun, so there's definitely not another item that I want to pick up from that shop. I think I see the reroll. It's like 2 rooms in front of us. 3 rooms in front of us from here. But, yeah, you know. I think rerolling an item is more beneficial. It's potentially more beneficial than being invincible for a room, because you can, you know, make something that'll make you pretty much invincible for the rest of the game. Like the Lighthouse Shell combo. If I could reroll something into the Lighthouse or the Shell, then I could prioritize buying that in the shop or something, and it'll be a lot better for us. So I'm glad we have the dice. I don't know what they're really called, but it's a pair of dice. You reroll with them. I don't know. And that paired with the gold scissors is going to be actually really huge for us. So we're going to fight the boss right away. Please give us the Blowfish and not the Trident. I mean, the Trident's a good weapon. At first I really didn't like it at all, because it's like another thrown weapon, kind of like the Scythe that Gordon starts out with, which is probably my favorite weapon in the game. But you actually have to like run after the Scythe or the Trident and pick it back up every time you throw it. And now I was like, man, that's really bad. You gotta go after it, and then can you just not do damage to me because I have Blast Shield? Alright, I'm either gonna take a shit ton of damage here or none at all. Oh man, this guy is so sad right now. But anyway, yeah, I don't like running after it and having to pick it up. But it doesn't look like we're gonna get it. We're gonna get Spinach, increased health, throw bombs further. So this is what I'm talking about. Like every boss so far is giving me a bomb synergy. This is great. But what was I talking about? Yeah, I don't like having to run after it and pick it up. But it does a lot of damage. It does just a colossal amount of damage. So, there's stairs. Coming my enemy again. So I can definitely see the appeal, but it definitely feels just like a downgraded Scythe to me. So I'm glad he didn't drop it. I wouldn't have picked it up anyway, because I feel like Demo Man runs, if you replace your rocket launcher, or your bomb launcher, your grenade launcher. It's called a grenade launcher. Come on, get your shit together. But if you replace your grenade launcher, it's kind of not a Demo Man run anymore. So I'd never replace it in a run where I pick Demo Man. So what have we got in the shop? We've got Horseshoe, Oil Can, and Trigger Finger. I'm gonna reroll them into Mega Bullets, Piracy, and Cherry Bomb. Basically the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I would like to buy Mega Bullets and Cherry Bomb. Mega Bullets increase your damage. I believe it works with the grenade launcher. And Cherry Bomb makes it so all your bombs explode into smaller bombs, which then explode. So that's like probably one of the two main bomb synergies that you really are hoping to get in a Demo Man run. The other one being poison bombs, of course. And I'm not too sure if like a poison, like the Blowfish or the Spider Fang from the Spider Boss, which give normal attacks poison damage. I'm not too sure if they work on the bombs as well. I see no reason for them not to, but you know, you really want to get that poison damage because it makes it so you can just shoot one bomb and then not worry about those enemies anymore for like the entire course of the room sometimes, which is great. You can then focus on the other enemies in the room, maybe you know, waste less time on the whole room itself. But we're fighting one of the easier bosses in the game. The hardest part about this boss is killing those two guys at the beginning, just because they're at an awkward situation when you enter the room. One's at your back left, and the other one's like across to your right. So if you go after one, the other one has like a clean shot at you. And this is Davy Jones' locker, I think. I'm not too sure what it does. Alright, so it gave us like a shit ton of health and a shit ton of armor. That might be the best item in the game, actually. So glad we got that. And now we're gonna get a bunch more good stuff from here. We're gonna get Cherry Bomb, we're gonna get Mega Bullets, and let's get Piracy too. Blood Money. I think that means we pay for items in the shop with our health. Or that might be the Bloody Doubloon that makes that happen. I'm not too sure. But we have Piracy, we have Mega Bullets, we have Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb's so good. And I'm not too sure if Davy Jones' locker also increases our speed and our damage, but it feels like it increases our speed, so it might just be like an all stats upgrade. Which, if true, I think that makes it the only all stats upgrade in the game, and that probably makes it the best item in the game. Hands down, actually, so... At least by itself, you know. The Lighthouse Shell combo is probably better than getting an all stats upgrade, but that's 2 items, not 1, so... I feel like you can't really compare the two. What do I really want right now? I don't really know. I feel like we're in a pretty good position. Poison bombs would be great, but I mean, look at how fast we cleared that room with the cherry bombs. It's so good. Man, this game is so much fun to play. And it feels good to record it again, too. I'm glad. I guess we could get a double jump. That would probably be good. So I don't get fucked like that again. But, yeah. More health would always be good too, you know. I mean, we're at 12 right now, but I'd never say no to a high C, a vitamin C. I just called it high C, like those juice boxes from when I was in elementary school. They probably still exist. I mean, unless they went out of business. I don't see any reason for them not to. They seem to be doing good. At the time of when I was a kid, that's not how you say that at all. Come on, man, pull it together. But yeah, I don't see why they would have went out of business. Unless there was like a scandal regarding high fructose corn syrup or something. I don't even know if High C uses high fructose corn syrup in their products. I could just be like blatantly slandering the product for no reason right now, but what I'm trying to say is, when I was a kid, High C was good. Was it Capri Sun level good? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure I would rank those two. And then you had Kool-Aid Jammers, which were, you know, were always great. And freaking that one video from YouTube, I don't know if it's like a widespread video or something, but the guy was like preaching to the choir, man, talking about how Kool-Aid Jammers were always too full because you had to twist that thing, that little plastic thing up off the top, but there was always Kool-Aid in the plastic thing, so whenever you twisted it off, it just kind of exploded everywhere. And you're like, man, they filled this to the brim. It's like the opposite of when you buy potato chips nowadays, and how you open the bag and it's already like 2/3 empty, and there's like 4 chips at the bottom. But Kool-Aid, they were the opposite of that, man. They filled it up so much that when you opened it, you lost some Kool-Aid all over your clothes. They were just like, man, you got to be ready for that shit. But back to talking about ranking children's beverages. They're not even children's beverages, man. I would kill for a Capri Sun right now. But you know, that's probably not true. I probably wouldn't drink a Capri Sun right now. I'd probably much rather have water. Or you know, real juice, because I'm an adult and I can just go to the store and buy juice. But ammo boost, super weapon ammo, that's not too important. Hans is a great boss fight for us to fight. His provided that he drops Hans's coat. If he drops Hans's pistol, it's pretty bad. But you know, if he drops his coat, then that's great. To end the juice box tangent, I used to like juice boxes when I was a kid, man. They were great. Got me through my children years. Hans's coat. Alright. Increases health, 5 free armor. So that's pretty much like a minor Davy Jones's locker, I guess. We're getting a bunch of good items on this run. Feels good, man. And I have this golden heart power-up that I haven't talked about yet. Basically, that's like our failsafe. If we lose all of our armor and then get down to 1 HP, I can pop this. Gets us back up to full HP. So we're in a pretty good spot right now. And we're playing as Demo Man, so, you know, we do a shit ton of damage, especially since we have cherry bombs. It's a good run. It's a good run. Cherry Bomb sounds like it should be the name of a flavor of a high C juice box. For all I know, it could be. I don't know. But I'm more into coffee and tea nowadays, which is like unfortunate from, I don't know, if you tell a child like, man, I don't drink juice boxes, I drink coffee and tea, they'd be like, man, what's wrong with you? You suck. You know, juice boxes are my jam. But or at least that's probably not what they'd say at all. Actually, I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm gonna stop talking about juice boxes now. I swear. This is become like a 15-minute tangent that's made absolutely no goddamn sense. Green's ovaries. The shell. Hearts before armor. The shell. Every day of the week. The shell. It's great. It's great. 400 gold. I feel like they lowered the price because I feel like I've struggled so many times to buy the shell. But, you know, today I just picked it up, went to the store. Oh, hey, look, I guess I'll buy the shell. It's great. It's a great item. We're gonna go to the next floor. This room has the elevator in it. Okay. So we're gonna go to the next floor. And, you know, that means prime pickup right now is the lighthouse. I'm going to take a sip of water. It's great. And that also means this golden heart power-up, ah, fuck you, monkey, is going to be a lot more useful for us, because we can actually use it before we run out of armor this time. Or now, not this time. Which means we'll be able to kind of amass an even greater pool of armor than we could previously. The Ankh, another Ankh just dropped here. And that's pretty big, which means I don't have to regret using this heart power-up on this floor, because we have a arguably better power-up to replace it once we use it. That also means I'm probably going to end up using it on this floor, unless there's absolutely no reason to. Like, if I end it with full HP, then obviously I can't, and I'll probably just take it down to the next one. But, you know, I'm not gonna be too upset. I've never seen the hook before, so I feel like we should buy it. But Fool makes you do double damage, and that's just too good to pick up, or to pass up. It's too good to pick up. I don't feel worthy for the Fool. My hands are not pure enough. The blowfish gun, shotgun, like I said before, Demo Man, we're not gonna replace his main hand weapon, which is, you know, the blowfish gun would replace our sword, which you know, would be interesting because it also does explosive damage, so we wouldn't be able to take damage from it also. But I'm not gonna do it. I just ran into that. That just happened. So, you know, get used to it. I'm a little upset that I did that. A little embarrassed. Disappointed, definitely. But would I do it again? Probably. Probably. So, what else was in that shop? The Fool. That's right, the Fool was in the shop, and we almost have enough money to purchase it. We're gonna be really... Nope, we're gonna go purchase it right now before we beat this boss. And then we'll explore the rest of the floor, because there's no reason not to at this point. I mean, we're pretty much at a point where I say we could beat the game with the items we have now. And then, that's before we pick up the Fool, which is gonna give us even more damage. So, this is a very comfortable run, is how I would phrase that. What this is very contrary to the runs I've been doing off camera. They've all been like a struggle, and then most of them have ended up with me not winning. So, you know, that's not saying that it's completely out of the possibility of me losing on this run. I mean, obviously it's still a possibility, especially if I keep playing suboptimally and taking, you know, really dumb damage on all these rooms. But having the shell makes me not feel so bad for taking dumb damage, because red hearts are really easy to come by. So I can heal off this damage pretty fast. The shell is probably, you know, in my opinion, like, the most attitude-changing item you can pick up in a run. And what I mean by that is, you can feel completely fucked before... Holy shit, I just took, like, 15 damage. But, you can feel completely out of luck, completely screwed before you pick up the shell, and then you pick up the shell and you're like, alright, everything's gonna be alright. I am gonna use this golden heart now that I went down to 0 HP, because there is the Ankh on the floor, and so I can just pick that up, and I'll still have a pretty nice power-up to call upon when I need help. And I don't want to lose this 17 armor yet. I want to be able to fall back on that, maybe on like one of the later bosses. We're going to pick up the hook. Damage up. Alright, you know. So I just got double damage and a damage up from that shop. It's a pretty good shop. It's pretty good, you know. Okay, I'd say. I still would really like to get poison bombs. And, you know, who knows, maybe we'll get it from this boss fight right here. No, I think this boss only drops one item now after the update, and that item makes it so homing shots don't home in as much. Or is that even this boss? That might not even be this boss. I mean, it might be a different boss. Yeah, it's not what she dropped at all. Hey, homing shots. Come on. No, thank you. I don't want to play right now. Just run into the wall like a good boy. Come on, one left. There you go. So I forgot what this does. Damage up. Alright, so this was like the floor of damage, apparently. And should I go explore more? I feel like I should. I'm at full HP, I might as well. I mean, that's probably going to change once I start exploring, but, you know. We have the shell for a reason. We want to lose red hearts to find gold, so we can buy better items at the shop, hopefully the lighthouse. The lighthouse, seriously, would win the run for us right now. If we got the lighthouse, this run would be over. I'd chalk it up as a win, and then it would just be kind of like a formality to finish it from there. I'm taking a lot of damage on this room, and I think it's because I'm still scared to run into my own bombs, even though I have the blast shield. And so, what does the wild card do? I never know what the wild card does. I think maybe it imitates one random trinket, or not trinket, power-up? I'm not too sure. So, in the odd chance that that is what it does, I'm going to use it here and hope it rerolls. It didn't. It's slow-mo. Okay. So it does imitate one random trinket, or power-up, I guess. Good to know, good to know. I do think using it in a room with items is the best way to use it then, just in case it does end up being the dice. But, you know, using it in a boss fight would probably be good too, just in case it ends up being invincibility or something. Which reminds me, I do still have to pick up that invincibility power-up. Man, Cluster Bomb really makes this game tank in frames. Cherry Bomb, not Cluster Bomb. How could I forget Cherry Bomb? Man. Is that it? Is this room over? Is there like a sleeper monkey somewhere? I don't know, man. Something's still alive. It's over here, isn't it? Where are you, buddy? Show your face. It's a shark. Oh, cool. It just died to my beans. My gas was too explosive. Oh, man. This room again? I handled it much better this time. I didn't take any damage because I remembered that my bombs can't hurt me. So we get dice. And I do think I'm going to take the dice to the next floor instead of the Ankh, because a good shop item, I believe I said this before, but a good shop is way more beneficial than temporary invincibility. At least in my opinion. That's probably not an objective truth. I mean, if you want, technically nothing's an objective truth. But, you know, it's probably not. A lot of people disagree, I think, and say invincibility is way better than being able to reroll a shop, but, you know, I would disagree with those people. I wonder if rerolling the gun room rerolls it into different guns, or if you could reroll it into items. Because that'd be pretty huge, just to get 2 free items. Let's try it. Let's try it out. Black Heart, uncapped health. That sounds great. Does that mean I could go over the 14? I mean, it doesn't matter if I just keep taking damage. It'll probably never happen. But how does that interact with the Golden Heart? That's interesting. We're getting some interesting items this run. I like it. And I'm glad I tried that, because that was 2 free items from the gun room, which normally wouldn't give us any items because I didn't want to pick up any guns. And one of them was really good. The other one was Magnet, which I forgot to read, but I'm pretty sure that just pulls things in closer to us. Like, we can pull things from further away. I'm looking for the Ankh now. Here's slow-mo. I mean, I might as well pick up slow-mo while I'm looking for it. I'd rather have Assault, which increases our fire speed. It's essentially the same thing. No, actually, no, it's not at all, because slow-mo slows you down too. Doesn't it? I'm not too sure about that, but I think it slows you down as well. In any case, we're looking for the Ankh. There is some red HP in here as well, which we can grab. I believe it's the battery that's up here. We picked up the HP. Yeah, it's the battery. I don't want the battery. So, is the Ankh not on this floor anymore? I don't even care. I'm over it, man. Assault's good enough. Let's fight the boss. Oh, we already fought the boss. Let's go to the next floor. Man, I am losing it. I'm gonna take a sip of water. like I said, it's been 3 or 4 months before last time I commentated on a video, and I can really feel it starting to take its toll on my voice. I actually, funny story, I recorded a video before this, a Paranautical activity video. Nonetheless, we lost. I got the last boss, died, but I've been playing Paranautical activity a lot in my free time. When I play it in my free time, I mute the sound, listen to my own music. Forgot to turn the sound back on. And didn't want to subject you guys to hearing only my voice, because that probably would have been awful. So here I am recording take 2, and it's been a very different run, both commentary wise and gameplay wise. On that run that I failed recording, and that I failed completing, I guess, I was playing as Gordon, and it was a really good run until the last floor. I picked up sea legs, and then it was over. It's my favorite item. I'd never like to pass it up, but it's the worst decision I could have made in that situation, because it just it lost the game for me. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. It was a lot of fun. I regret messing up the recording, because it was a lot of fun, and it was probably a fun run to watch as well. So we got the Ankh. We didn't even have to spend our time worrying about it on the last floor. I hate these rooms, man, with the acid, because I always fall in it and take a whole bunch of damage from it, and it's awful. Oh man, and then I hate the sharks. It's not like I don't hate the sharks in Paranautical activity specifically. I hate sharks, man. They're terrifying for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, man. Which sucks, because I pretty thoroughly enjoy the beach, I'm a pretty active person. I like to exercise now and then, go running in the mornings, and when I go to the beach, I do a lot of fun stuff. But I'd like to do a lot of fun stuff, but that fear of sharks is terrorizing. It terrifies me. And there was like a news story on I don't know if it was local news. Pretty sure it was local news, that these two girls were kayaking in the ocean, and a fucking great white shark just came up and knocked them out of their things and attacked them. What a dick move, right? Now I'm never probably gonna go kayaking in the ocean again, which is one of my favorite activities to do when I'm at the beach. I mean, it's not like, I wake up in the morning, I think I'll go kayaking in the ocean today. Just walk outside and do it. That would be a luxurious life. I wish I could live it, but naval training, damage with fire rate up. That's really good. Mini mushroom or kiss of death. I don't know what kiss of death does, so I'm gonna take that instead. More damage. Alright, so basically we're the toughest motherfucker alive right now. I think we've gotten 5 damage upgrades. If there's an enemy we're not one-shotting, I would be very, very surprised. I can't wait to fight the next boss to see how much damage we do. I don't know if the Fool works retroactively. Or, I know it works retroactively, I don't know if it continuously works. Like, we picked it up after we picked up a damage upgrade. So, no doubt it doubles that damage upgrade's damage. But, does it only double our damage from the point we pick it up? Or does it continue to double the damage of all the damage upgrades we get along the way? If you guys can make sense out of that sentence, was that even just one sentence? Man, if you guys can make sense out of that thought, and then explain it to me, that'd be great, because I'd really love to know if it's more beneficial to wait on the Fool pickup before you're absolutely sure you can't get any more damage upgrades on the floor. It just seems like another strategic play you could do. And I'm always down to learn more strategic plays. I like playing games ignorantly as much as the next guy, but I also like learning from my mistakes and growing as a player. That's why I continuously play Dota 2. Which, oh man, that was awful. Let me just run into these traps over and over again. Which brings up the question, I don't know how popular a Dota 2 series would be, but probably not very popular, to be honest. I mean, it would be like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here or anything. This is just the fact, but it would be like very high skill level Dota 2 games, and it would be commentated, not really commentated, it would just be like me and my friends in Mumble talking about Dota 2 and, you know, our lives while we play Dota 2, and then me probably playing the support while they carry me to victory. Not that, once again, not that I'm tooting my own horn, but not that I'm bad at Dota 2, it's just that I prefer to play support characters because their skill sets are a lot more interesting to me. Like Rubik, that motherfucker, he could steal spells. He's a blue mage. It's great. In any case, we're gonna get poison damage here, and hopefully that works on bombs. I guess this is our proof, or our experiment. We're gonna experiment with it. Proof. It's fucking math class. This is not a fucking math class. But this is gonna be our experiment. It doesn't matter actually, since we're one-shotting all these enemies. We have to wait till the next boss, I guess. But I'm really interested to see if it'll work. Ah, the sharks, man. We're up to 31 armor, though. This is going wonderfully. Ah, man. I apologize for these tanked frames. There's nothing I can do about it. I have, like, a $700 graphics card. So, I don't know how I can fix this. It's not $700. It's like $400. I don't know. But it's probably even cheaper now. It's a GTX 770, I think. I don't know, it's been a while since I looked at my computer specs, but I believe that's what the new one I got. And it's not even new at this point. I mean, I've had it for previous videos. But, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any reason for this game to hinder its power. I don't. It's late. It's like 2:30 in the morning right now. Forgive me, guys. But yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to say is the tank frames aren't my fault. There's a lot of shit going on in the screen, and I think the game is having a hard time parsing it all. But oh, we're gonna take that. Oh, sorry, I'm readjusting myself here. My leg's falling asleep. We're gonna go take that red heart power up. Wherever it was. Is it over here? Man, I am the worst at remembering where power-ups were. That's not it. Is it in this room? That's not it either. So it must be 2 rooms over this way. But yeah, we're gonna take it to get this 4 HP that we're missing. And then we'll take the Ankh to the next floor. Perfect. And I haven't been able to see Iron Heart in action. I'm sure what it meant by uncapped health is that I can get... Like, if I got another red heart right now, it would put me at 15 out of 14. Which seems really good. Especially paired with the shell. Because now I can amass a health pool and an armor pool and just be the tankiest motherfucker alive. This run is very powerful. And I believe is level 7, I think, is the last floor. We'll be able to tell, yeah, this is definitely the last floor. You can tell because there's the breakdancing policeman. There he is. We'll see if we one-shot him, because they actually have a pretty decent amount of health. And it looks like we did, so... Our damage is nothing to be messed with right now. We can pretty much coast for the rest of the game. And I'm going to go fight this boss right away, see if he gives us a cool item. And it's one of the easier bosses in the game. And I say that because it's one of the first ones I ever fought, so... And he's one of the ones I fight the most often. Looks like poison damage does work on the bombs. So that's cool. And he dropped the cannon, which is a super weapon that we're not going to be picking up. Oh man, I really wish we had fought the boss that makes it so homing shots don't home as well. That is a new item, I think, since the last time I played. And it's become one of my favorites. Just because you don't have to worry about the homing shots anymore. Which are probably, you know, not that big of a deal to begin with, but I always kind of overthink the situation whenever I'm dealing with homing shot enemies. I'm like, alright, I gotta dodge these homing shots, and then that always puts me in a position that gets me hit by an enemy that I should really be dodging instead of the homing shots. And it's just like a terrible, terrible scenario. But we didn't fight that boss, and that's okay. Basically, my strategy with rooms with monkeys in them now is to jump, shoot a grenade below me, and then just keep running. That homing shot followed me through 2 rooms and then hit me. It deserved it. That was a good shot, Moth Guy. You deserve You deserved to hit me there. Alright. Easy room, easy life. We still have this Ankh, and I can't, I don't know why I tried to walk through that item, but I couldn't. And then I fell down again. So, this is I'm slowly descending into madness. I really just need to go to sleep, I think, but I just took a nap, so I'm not tired at all. It's terrible. Terrible. Oh, I wasn't going to go into this room. I tried to back out right before I walked in, but I couldn't. That's okay. I'm going to deal with it pretty easily. We did lose most of our red hearts, but there's the boss room. Do I want to fight the boss yet? That's the end of the game, right? Kind of want to find the shop, try to become more powerful. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind if we went into the boss right now, we would win. We would win. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up this reroll, take damage from that trap, and then walk over here and just quickly look around for the shop. I'd like to see what we could buy, maybe buy something, and then reroll the rest, you know? It's a simple dream. That is not the right way to the shop. Man. That was not an underwater room, but a room with the liquid, which I don't want to deal with right now, so I'm not going to go over there. If I were a shop, where would I be? Not connected to that room, thank God. And this is the point in the Let's Play where I'm just like, well, what do I talk about when I look for a shop? What I'd like to find in the shop? Everybody knows that already. And you know, this is probably a point in time where I could do like a hilarious anecdote from my you know, teenage life, but none come to mind. I already went on that crazy juice box tangent. Can't even talk anymore. But this is actually a really good room for us because it drops all those armors for us. Breakdancing policeman's gonna get poisoned and then die from the cluster bomb. And we're just mopping up the game right now. This game's over. Oh man. As far as content on my channel goes, I mean, I know it's been fucking 4 months since my last video, and I apologize for that, like I said at the beginning of the video, but from now on, I'll try to be more consistent, like I was for a while there, I'd like to say. It was still pretty inconsistent, pretty much all the time. I'm just running into traps now, that's really bad, but, you know, if I can... I don't want to make any promises because, you know, university's starting up again, and it's a pretty loaded year for me at university, being my last one, so I don't really want to promise that I'll, you know, do a video every day, 2 videos sometimes. That's not happening. But it might happen, I don't know. Basically, whenever I have time, I'll record a video. Whenever I feel like it, I'll record a video. So you might be like, oh, pick up Doxy, it's $0, but I'd rather just reroll this and have a chance at getting the spring. Items cost health. You know, so freaking. So the last shop, it wasn't everything I wanted it to be, but it'll do. Every room can't be a winner, but every room can lead up to a winning run. I don't know. I tried to get deep there, and then it didn't work at all, and then I sounded like an idiot. So we're gonna take our Ankh here, and we're gonna go kill this little girl. Which is really sad to say, but, you know, that's what the game's put me in. She does look kind of evil, you know? And we're getting 13 frames per second here. I hope you're enjoying this slideshow. But, I don't think they should be able to spawn any spiders at this rate. I'm just shooting bombs so rapidly, and they're exploding into smaller bombs, so the crowd control is ridiculous. 10 frames, it's happening. It's all these particle effects, man. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it feels bad saying, oh, let's go kill this little girl to beat the game. And for good reason, that's pretty fucked up, but that's the kind of position the game puts us in. And to be fair, she's like an evil Nazi little girl on a ship that'll probably eventually kill her anyway, so in one way we're putting her out of her misery. And that's gonna be the end of the game, I think. That is the end, right? yeah. So there's credits. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to throw me a thumbs up or a like, whatever you like to call it. And if you want to see more content similar to this, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I should be uploading some videos now, at least. I don't know when, and I don't know how often, but I am going to be active again. So please look forward to it, TM. And yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching this video in particular, and I will see you next time.